Hey guys, how are you going? So today I just wanted to talk about this very important topic that I've learned in my marketing career. That is probably, if not one of the most important things for business, especially now that we are in a possible pandemic world. We are in a pandemic where businesses are needing to work, become more innovative and work in a more mobile landscape and give the employees to work from home as well as sell more because people are going to be buying less and less. So we're looking at an opportunity. In every single crisis comes an opportunity where you can actually grow your business as well as take an opportunity to reduce your operation cost. If you look at historically speaking, big companies like Apple, big companies like Microsoft actually started in a possible recession. So this is a great opportunity for anyone who does have a business to sort of take this perhaps a crisis and turn it into a more of a opportunity for you. So what we're going to be talking about today is business digitalization, especially in this mobile landscape world we live in. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about was external and internal communication and how that's being handled at the moment. So I obviously come from a marketing background, and a lot of things that I will talk about is the benefits that you can get from going onto that business digital landscape. So often one of the things that I get asked a lot about is, I'm not converting as much. So one of the things that as soon as I audit these websites and people are saying we're not converting, what ends up happening is I end up seeing a website that doesn't really have a lead form, perhaps, or doesn't really have a selling function. So a lot of these websites are very static and not dynamic enough. So one of the things you can actually eliminate by from ground one is actually have the ability to sell your widget online, which is a lot simpler than it actually what you would think it is. You can have tools like Shopify, you have tools like Jot Forms, and these tools are great to sort of break into that selling your widget and your services online. And you don't actually have to be a retail business to be in that ground. So perhaps you're a service business like Zero Media. So Zero Media, we are very digital driven, where we are we give our clients the opportunity to contact us on any single platform that exists. So one of the major problems that I see with businesses is they're not across every single platform. The main goal with any client is that you want your client to be in touch with you, and you want to book a meeting. What I'm seeing more of is that people are sticking to one way of communicating. So, whether you would have on your website an email address, and where your possible prospective client has to email you in order to get contact with you. More people are going over to Facebook pages, which is great, but you need to give your customers and clients the opportunity to be in contact with you through Messenger, you know, even something small as Snapchat, whether most people would say it's not relevant to their business, it's actually the exercise of having Snapchat as part of your business. Because what actually would happen, having Snapchat is not just having Snapchat. That means you will be on board with the newer changes in technology. So that sort of keeps you on the path of changing, forever changing, which is brilliant. And that's what you need to do as a business to continuously digitalize. You know, um, a lot of people switched over to emails and all these stuff and CRMs, about maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago. But what has happened is a lot of those people have stopped there. Everyone's got a G Suite, but they're not using all the features in it either. So people are not using Google Sheets, not using Google Docs. So if we could start using all those tools and improve our external and internal communication, that could make a significant difference in our business. So one of the things that I find is super important is actually getting that internal and external communication nailed, and you will really start seeing that effect of that digital business. So when we talk about internal communication, I'm talking about tools like CRM. HubSpot is a really good CRM tool that I personally use. Zero Media uses. It tracks deals, it tracks all correspondence between clients, as well as any prospective clients. So those kind of tools are really beneficial because they really save you time. So I'm talking about operation cost. You can actually track hours of work that can be actually saved by using something like HubSpot. You'd be looking at let's say B client comes to gets in contact with you. The first thing is a form would go to an email, and what if that person misses it? You're missing a possible lead. Now, in regards to a CRM, if it goes into a CRM, you'll be looking at, multiple people seeing it, and, and tracking that whole customer journey across the board and seeing, well, okay, I saw this client came in on the 2nd of January. We didn't get in contact till this time. And then you can later improve on these things, because you could say, well, we need to get in contact with these people later, earlier, so we can, convert earlier. So that's the opportunity in going digital. So you're reducing operation cost and possibly converting your leads into sales, and because that's the ultimate goal, whether you're a service business or whether you are a retail business, it really doesn't matter. Now, interestingly enough, on that, what happens is a lot of the time we're still using emails. The problem with emails is now that people are using more and more on their mobile devices, we really need to start looking at how we are using emails and how we're using those internal tools. The problem with emails that I continuously find is it's that formality. So people are less likely to write an email because there's a cliche with the emails, or there's a stigma attached to the email, I suppose, stigma that emails have to be professional. So where tools like Slack come in, where they're more of a instant message kind of tool, they make it a lot easier to communicate between a team. So that means you can just shoot John down the road, or John from accounting, just a quick little message saying, hey, just a note on this client, this client that we need to invoice this person. And that becomes a lot easier because you don't have to go, hello, John from accounting. So those things really make a huge difference. So you're talking about reducing a huge amount of operation cost. Now, another big benefit to the going digital business and that mobile space is the fact that you have huge marketing opportunities. You're talking about being just in organic realm alone. So you're talking about giving people to get in contact with you through Facebook Messenger, giving people the opportunity to get in contact with you through LinkedIn, Snapchat if they want to, Instagram, and all these things are really important. Is because what if that just one person, even if it's just one person a month who just wanted to get in contact with you and with a quick question, and ends up asking you on Messenger because they cannot be bothered writing an email. So, I really recommend that we start looking at these things. And, I'm going to start doing more and more of these videos just to give you guys the idea of what Zero Media does and why it's so important to start moving to a digital landscape or a mobile landscape. I mean, this is a perfect time to chat about this, because you may want to take this opportunity to move your business into remote working situations. So in case we ever face something like that again, you have that contingency or a fallback fail safe that you can instantly utilize, and your staff can be split up into many pieces and they can still work together. But if you're not prepared for it, you will face problems like what we are facing right now. And there's so many tools that you can get into. Zoom is a great tool that you can start using externally with meeting with the clients right now. So at the moment, all the meetings that I'm doing are through Zoom. Zoom is a great tool, so you could do things like that, and you could do internal meetings as well. So there's no reason. We are also starting to look at where we can push this, in a scenario where remote working and remote viewing and all these things are going to come into more play, especially with virtual reality coming into play later on. I'd say at the moment there's a 5 years timeline on that. Perhaps something like this will speed it up. But yeah, I really think you need to start looking at how auditing your business. Reach out to the team at Zero, because we can also help you out on how you can possibly audit your business and how we can expand and reduce your operation costs. So yeah, start auditing your business, start looking at the weaknesses. I mean, especially if in Australia is in lockdown, if you're in Australia, this is a good opportunity to go through as to how your business functions and what fail safes you have in place, and what digitalization tools that you're playing with. I think that will be all for today's video, but please stay tuned, because I will be making more of these videos, and so will be the other guys from the Team Zero. We were also working on financial stuff as well in the background, so we'll be making a lot more videos on how to optimize your business flow. And later we're also going to get into the best way of marketing your business and at the minimum amount that you want to spend. So we'll get into that later on, but I think for today's video that will be it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you follow us, check us out on Instagram, check out our website, and if, as always, if you guys need any marketing support or just business support, at the moment we're really flexible and trying to help businesses out much as we can, because we understand how much suffering that is people are going through right now. So once again, thank you so much for watching. My name is Anik, and thank you for listening.